Good Saturday morning, and welcome to another exciting edition of Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 The Bet. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, B&M Poles, and Ducks Unlimited. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey everyone, it's Shelby here, producer for Outdoors with Larry Ray. Larry is feeling a little bit under the weather, so here's some of the best of 2025 of Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray. I am Larry Ray, I think. My voice is gone. How about you, Gene Smith?
I see your voice.
Oh, your regular voice. That's it. Gene is still here.
Yes.
Yes, we have.
Good morning.
Have some sanity here with Gene, and there she is, Shelby McCall.
Hey Larry.
Good Saturday morning, Shelby McCall. We
Yeah,
need
good
some
Saturday morning.
sanity in here, and I don't have it now, but we're going to talk a lot about last Saturday's big shindig in Springfield, Missouri, the 23rd.
That's my lucky number,
It
23rd.
is? Is that your lucky number?
Yeah.
Well, we've got the man that knows all the numbers.
Okay, good.
This is Outdoors with Garry Mason. He's going to take over.
Hey, Gene.
Good morning. Good morning.
There we go. Well,
Man, it don't seem like it's been a week since the big goings on in Springfield with the Legends of the Outdoors, does it?
and it was a big shindig too, because 400 people shindig going on in the Jenny and Tommy.
No, the John A. and Jenny Morris
Yeah,
concert.
get it in there for me. Yes.
I'll do it. I got you back. But yeah, it was a wonderful event. Appreciate everybody coming. You was there, Larry, and
I was there, I think, wasn't I?
You was, and with your lovely wife and
Miriam was there. My niece Renee was there, and then we have Debbie Wong was there with cousins from California. All part of the Ron Wong family was here, and Shelby. What a show! What a show! And I'm barely hanging on.
well, it was a great time, and man, I don't know how we're gonna do any better than what we did this time next year.
Well, I'm just so glad that good Lord enabled me to make it and be there. I'm going to do the first of one. I'm not sure how many cough drops I'll have, but I was able to be there thanks to my wonderful niece, Renee Cooney, that drove me and Miriam all the way to Springfield from Germantown, Tennessee. Got there in plenty of time, got to meet a lot of good folks, got to see the new folks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, of course, the very first thing that we did is we let Kent Driscoll and his lady that's now the executive director of the all new Ron Wong Foundation.
That's right.
And
yeah.
what a great program that is, and helping get kids and ladies into the sport of fishing with Ron's name on it, and we were just glad to do that and glad to be a part. And then Larry Ray come to the podium. And what did we do, Larry?
Well,
Man, we inducted Ron Wong into the Legends Outdoors Hall of Fame.
I'm so glad you let me go first with Ron, because, folks, I have been dealing with the epizooty or something here. I'd had surgery the week before, and then I was just here. And so to make sure there was somebody here besides just me and show producer Shelby McCall, I brought in the man who has been on this show since the very first one.
I was only 11 years old.
You want to try that again? Yeah.
Gene, listen,
Smith.
we don't want lightning to strike the studio this Saturday
Oh, you're right
morning now.
about that. I saw the flash.
Yeah, because Gene will be back with us next Saturday on Outdoors with Larry Ray as we celebrate the 25th year of this show being on
It's
the
hard
air.
to believe, 25 years.
Yeah. So, but we brought in Debbie Wong, Ron's lovely sister from San Francisco.
That's right. Flew all the way out from California, the great state of California.
That she had two other relatives. They had Steve and Vicky from California, and two other cousins from California. And I know that my man Garry Mason was kind enough to let us go first and get us going, because in that time we did have Kent Driscoll, who's a member of the board of directors of the Legend of the Outdoors. He's
And also Hall of Fame members.
Hall of Fame member, and also part of the
B&M Pro staff.
B&M Pro staff, and there was quite a few members of B&M were there. Not just Kent Driscoll, but there were some other ones in there in the class, including our man Billy Blakely from Blue Bank Resort, and a member of the Hall of Fame. He went in the same year I did. I wrote that because he broke the news that my wife was a better fisherman than me, and he wanted to do
I've
it
seen
again.
pictures.
You've seen pictures,
Yes.
yeah. But anyway, Debbie came up, but first we let Clint come up and talk about the new foundation in honor of Ron Wong. That they have started a new foundation, bona fide women in the fishing world, and we're so happy that they've done that. And the young lady that Ron started fishing last year is now on the board of that, and she's head on in it and everything. A great event of that. And then I had my chance to try to do the best I could for Ron and Debbie coming in, because Debbie was there at the end, and she is. She told us, and you know this, Garry Mason, is that she was just stunned by what Ron has meant to so many people, particularly fishing. And
Absolutely.
Now she has become part of the fishing world, and she reads everything there is on this, and we appreciate her doing that. And it was just about like at his funeral, and it was tough though. But I appreciate you, Garry, allowing Ron to go first, and you said there was so much emotion on this one, and I know there's always emotion when we get down to these other 8 people that went in, and wow, big names in the outdoor industry, and it was just so emotional, and that's what this thing is.
Oh yeah, you're right, Larry. It is. It's I'm very lucky because I'm the guy that gets to stand on the stage with everybody, and I'm up close seeing their reactions, and and there was tears of joy in their eyes, and reminiscence of careers, some that span 30, 40, or like Mr. M.R. James, 65 years. I mean, him and his wife was celebrating their 65th wedding anniversary on the day of the Hall of Fame. So, and we'll get into all that, but to stand there on that stage and get to see what goes on, behind the podium is a real true blessing for me. And and of course everybody surprised Cindy and I with a big nice award, and as
you
Philip
got
Vanderpool
it. You and Cindy got brought out too, which should have been done anyway a long time ago. But you guys, this is a family affair. We always talk about that.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, all my kids and grandkids are there helping out, and
Yeah.
couldn't do it without them. Gosh, there's no way I could afford to pay them for what they do.
Yeah.
But what a great way to start out the Legends of the Outdoors in honoring someone like Ron Wall, who leaves a legacy of from a career of over 50 years in the outdoors industry, and I know it's over 50 years because for 45 years ago, him and I both served on the writing staff of Mid-South Hunt and Fishing News back when it was a newspaper tabloid. And
Yes.
So I know a little bit about how long his career was, and what an awesome legacy he's left. And now with the foundation helping kids and women get in the outdoors, especially in fishing, man, that foundation is going to skyrocket.
Yeah.
Especially with the support of Jack Wells and B&M Poles and Kent Driscoll and Billy Blakely and all those great folks that are not only in our Hall of Fame like yourself, Larry, but that really have the passion to help continue Ron's legacy. So, yeah, hats off to them guys for creating that entity.
Well, I think it just means so much. A lot of people might not even known Ron if it hadn't been for you and some of the other people that put him at the front of the class. And then to see this event in itself, I tell you, Gary, I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, you do it, and I know you're just worn out, but you got to get ready again.
Well, and speaking of that, we've already had 4 people reach out to us that didn't even have tables there this year, but they
want to come
tables next year.
Yeah, they want to.
Well, they were there.
Yeah,
they were there, but now they want to have tables, and of course we'd be glad to fix them up as we would with anybody. But
yeah.
But when you start getting phone calls the day after the event, people wanting to bring a lot more people to see the event, you're doing something right. God has truly blessed us, and we're doing all the right things for all the right reasons and all the right people.
Well, we got a couple more minutes in this first segment. Let me go ahead and jump into this because it was such an event. Ron was first one, but then the way it works, Tess Jolly, Russ Bailey, David Cole, M.R. James, Chuck Jones, George Lynch, Fred Ramsey, and Bob Timberlake. What a group! What a group, man!
Yeah, that's pretty strong right there.
That's strong right there.
Said.
So if you want to go back, and you can go online and see it, as far as all the information, can't you, Gary?
Yeah, we're trying to get pictures and stuff up and video up right now. And,
good.
And it's really a task for a whole solid week to get everything finished up. But we try to get that done as quickly as we can, so family members and others can view what we've done. Those that could not be there, and there's close to 400 people in that room, but.
Right.
There's a lot of other people that couldn't be there that love to see this stuff, and we want to provide an avenue for them to do so each and every year.
All right, let's take a break. First break of the morning on Outdoors with Larry Ray. So let's take a break, and we're going to start this rolling out championship conference. Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, B&M Poles, and Ducks Unlimited.
Hey everyone, it's Shelby here, producer for Outdoors with Larry Ray. Larry is feeling a little bit under the weather, so here is some of the best of 2025 of Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. We get closer and closer to our 25th anniversary show on the last Saturday of this month. How about that, Cooksey?
It's getting on us fast.
25 years on the air. They didn't expect we'd make 25 minutes. I wasn't sure either, but it is what it is. It just proves how old you are.
Squirrel season.
Yes. The opening day of squirrel season.
That's right.
Well, thank you, Bill, for reminding me of that. But as we mentioned earlier, Bill Cooksey is my co-host, and we're devoting the bulk of today's show to the 23rd Legends of the Outdoors Hall of Fame today in Springfield, Missouri, at the Johnny and Jenny Morris Convention Center. Always one of our favorite events. Me and Bill were honored to go in at the same time in 2022. And so we're going to roll out a guest on today's show who needs no introduction. In fact, I'm going to let Bill Cooksey introduce this next guest because he's one of 9 going in today. Bill, how about introducing this guy?
Hey, man, I don't even know where to start with this guy. We met many years ago, back in the Avery days when we were starting the decoy line and blinds and that sort of thing. And at the time, George Lynch was starting Lynch Mob Calls.
Yes, Lynch Mob Calls. Yes.
It was a natural fit. So we got to know each other and have hunted together several times, judged a lot of contests together, and he was a big help back in those days at Avery, dealing with outdoor riders and video crews and that sort of thing. So, yeah, we have George Lynch on the show. Thanks for being on today, George.
No problem. It's my honor. But I'm going to tell you what, Larry, he's being humble. The reason I had those hunts with outdoor riders and had the interview with outdoors riders was because of Bill Cooksey introducing me to him.
He did.
He's just being humble.
Well, he's about as humble as he can be on this show today. Okay, we're not going to have anybody but humble people on today. And
there you go.
And anybody who named their company Lynch Mob Calls is about as humble as I can think of, But
hey, that was a nickname that started years ago. Used to be a rock and roll guy. Played with Ted Nugent, the Dawkins Band. He was George Lynch and the Lynch Mob. And I guided years ago. It started in Michigan when Tim Grounds, Jeff Boyles, Fred Zink, and I was the only guy from Michigan that guided out of Knutson's there. And man, did we kill the geese! But old Fred Zink, the first time he met me, he's the one that gave me that nickname. Hey, Lynch Mob.
Lynch Mob, yes.
Lynch Mob, and so when we started making calls,
I love hearing
what?
I love hearing Grounds say it.
Yes. What is he? How does he say it? Yeah. How does he say? Well, maybe
that rough voice.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Well, he's
I love.
Yeah. George has already made my day because he brought in the name of who? Who did you mention in that quick introduction that is up from the Michigan area, and I actually interviewed him in Memphis. And I have a picture of me interviewing the Who. Who do you think you just mentioned, George?
Well, I mentioned Zink. Zink's from Ohio.
No, from Michigan.
From Michigan.
The Wild Man.
Brad Allback?
No. Cooksey, you got any idea? Huh?
No, I missed it.
No, the Wild Man with the guitar. Come on, man.
Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent. All right.
Hey, people... Dude, all you had to do, Larry, say Wango Tango, dude, and I've been all over that.
Well,
the Motor City Madman.
One of my best pictures is me interviewing Ted Nugent. We're the two most unlikely people to be interviewing each other, But anyway, thank you, George. That made my day to bring that in because people don't believe it, but I did doing that.
Well,
talk about this honor, George. What does it mean to you?
It means everything. I mean, it reminds me, and it's what's humbling, and almost it's not sad. It's just a tear to your eye that I always pushed myself when I was younger, whether it was in sports or no matter what. But raising my kids, I was always trying to be the best you can as a parent, and as a hunter and everything you did. I started that. And back in the day, and Cooksey and I were back there. He'll tell you there was no social media, and learning to make a call and learning to tune a call. You had to, we had to make the road work.
Yes,
we had to lay the road work down to get there so we could travel on. And I believe that this road work from guys like and peers that I have, the Zinks and the Kelly Powers and people like that, we laid the road work for these kids today.
Yeah,
and I don't know if the kids today appreciate it. For me, what this is, when I look in this room, I see people who traveled that same road that I traveled.
Yeah.
And it means a lot to me. And it's, I see innovators. I see people that, we first got into hunting for a passion.
Yes.
I never, ever, in the day that I got into hunting, did I ever think this was all about getting rich. I picked the wrong industry to do that.
That's for sure.
It was
I
one
was
of
going
those.
to say, if you figured that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was. I always said if I could just make a living and support a family and do everything in something I love to do, that's a success no matter any way you look at it. But to be able to do something that you love to do, and then at the near, your gas tank's getting 3/4
Yeah.
of the way empty,
Yeah.
and you look back and these people who recognize you, and that's what's most important is your peers who look at you and say, hey, we respect what you did because we know the road that you walked on to get here.
Yes.
That, I'm telling you, that means something to me, and it's very humbling. And then you look around and see the Harold Knight, and you see Johnny Houston,
Yeah.
and you see Roger Ragland,
Yeah.
and I see Bill Cooksey, and it's just what a humbling to be part of that crew, that all-star team, I guess you would call it. And it's one of those days you look at, and I told my wife, I said, I just want to take every moment in of this right here, because to me this is a once-in-a-lifetime deal. It's that 200-inch deer that you were trying to always get. You always want to savor that moment.
That's right.
And she even made a comment. Says, "You want to go after start coming back home after, or do you want to stay?" I said, "No, I want to stay with my friends and hang out and pick guitars and savor this moment with my friends, because to get together for this moment, this is a once-in-a-lifetime deal."
And I know that your wife shares in this, right, George? I mean, in this honor.
My wife is, she's my right hand. We had some stuff that health scares and some health issues with her, and everything that we've done. Lynch Mob, we had other people. We had people who could do many different hats, with many different jobs. And
right.
Today, it's my wife and I wearing those hats, and God bless her. But you know what? I've seen her from up in Saskatchewan in the middle of the night, at 4 a.m, setting decoys with us, shooting birds, not complaining one bit. And when I do these shows, I know my speech. She even knows my speech, and she could probably sell. But I'm reaching out there, and we make a sell or whatever we need to do. We're just like a perfect wheel. And when those spokes aren't there, I'm just out of time.
Oh,
talking to people.
Yeah,
I had to do dive bomb.
She was doing a great job at DU, George.
God bless her.
Yeah, well, we need to mention Diane. Okay, can I say her name? Is that okay? I mean,
you sure can. Yeah,
I know that because I'm the same way with mine, and I just hope that no one mentions how much better my wife was a fisherman than I am at the Legends. I got ridiculed on the stage because, and I don't mind it because we couldn't do what we've done without my Miriam and you with your Diane, but the time up there is only 5 minutes, and that's an eternity, George, for what you've done. And when I think about it, if I'm not mistaken, I think you killed your first deer with a bow at the age of 13. Come on, I mean, And then it wasn't until the 20s that you got this idea going, and you really turned it on, and now going to the Legend of the Outdoor Hall of Fame. And congratulations, buddy. I know you've kept your faith important to y'all, and that's what it is with me. And to know that's an important part of your life also, but just to be recognized with a lot of people. You've already mentioned more names than we've had anybody mention in the show in 25 years, I think.
Yeah, well, I'm like Bill. Bill, I got a long line of friends and people that we can call on, people we've hunted with, and I can't even remember most of the people that you hunt with. But I will say this one thing about this journey. That is one of the great things that I can do it with my wife, and I have done it with my wife. But from starting from Lynch Mom to this day in my life, the friends and the relationships that I have made across this country and in other countries because of sharing the same passion of what we love to do is what the memories that I can, that I think of and remember the most. And I'm very grateful for all the friends that I've made along this road.
Well, I know that we had Sean Stahl on my radio show at the DU Expo, and when I heard the Goose Guru, I said, "Oh man, somebody gets called a guru." I said, I don't think
I
I'll be.
think that's fair for Stahl.
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty fair for George Lynch, too.
It is,
Yeah.
no doubt.
And to be there, George, congratulations again. Thank you for taking time on this Saturday morning to be with us on Outdoors with Larry Ray. And I know I came along too late. I have to follow Henry Reynolds at the Commercial Appeal in Memphis, and I never thought he'd ever retire. And time he retired, everybody else was gone, But I've heard your name. I look forward to meeting you in Springfield, buddy, and sharing one another. I mean, I'm middle-aged for a 164-year-old man, and I've still got friends I want to make. Okay?
George,
and your brother's Moses.
That's right, yes.
George, I'll give you some context about Henry Reynolds. He was a rider that Larry followed, but it was akin to back in his heyday if you had to follow grounds on stage.
Yeah. Well, that was
I'm unbelievable. I would like to check that out. I sure would. And meeting these people today, it's just going to be a great day. And like I said, it's going to be one of the great days besides my children and marrying my wife. One of the best days of my life.
All right, George. We appreciate you, buddy. We'll see you in Springfield. Okay, man?
All right, brother. God bless you guys.
Yeah, have a great day. All right, let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray, and we're going on to Kent Driscoll's coming up next. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, B&M Poles, and Ducks Unlimited.
Hey everyone, it's Shelby here, producer for Outdoors with Larry Ray. Larry is feeling a little bit under the weather, so here is some of the best of 2025 of Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we talk outdoors, fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming. Right here on AM 790 every Saturday morning from 9 to 10:30, and we're rolling along here right now, and I hear somebody talking in the background, so I guess we're making connection pretty good. But they got Frank Barton in studio. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Larry. Good
There's
morning,
that
everyone.
FM voice, and we're going to save Frank for after a while with a. John Gordon did a great job, Frank, without you, though. He had no pressure on him when he was here last week, and did a great job as the voice. And then also, of course, Bill Cooksy's on the line, Bill, and I know you and I have a little familiarity with Legends of the Outdoors, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't remember you being ridiculed like I was by earlier speakers, but and we don't have him on right now. But we got Garry Mason on with us right now. Gary's the founder and executive director, and the man who, thanks to his wife Cindy, was able to put this thing together on a piece of paper, I think. Garry, good Saturday morning to you.
Hey, Larry, great to be on here with you, everybody. Good morning this morning.
And we've got a guest on right now, Garry. Why don't you introduce this guy, because I think we called him Ronnie and he didn't answer the first time. But how about introducing this next guest?
Well, nobody knows this guy by Ronnie. Everybody knows him as America's cousin.
Yeah.
He's Cuz Strickland, and I tell you, Cuz has been gracious enough over the years to be our Legends of the Outdoors national spokesperson, and I tell you, he does a great job, and just proud to have him by our side. And I'm gonna let him talk. I'm gonna listen.
Oh, that's something else. He can do that. Hey, Cuz, good morning, buddy.
How you doing, Larry? Look, I'm better from being around people like you and Garry Mason. I was proud to watch you go in, and I was thinking to myself, that's the kind of people that belong in the Outdoor Legends Hall of Fame. It's not somebody that's got a big Instagram or Facebook following. It's people that have been on that grind doing
I've grinded.
What's right. It's just humbling.
Well, I know, Cuz, that your roots are pretty special too. I mean, you were involved with a little company that I still think I wrote the very first story ever written about Mossy Oak. I think I did. A long time ago. Went down there to West Point, Mississippi, but I can't think of a better spokesperson for the Legend of the Outdoor Hall of Fame than Cuz Strickland. So we're getting ready to head back to Springfield again, guys. August the 5th, 16th. I'll be coming up there on the 15th, but How about before we go to Cuz, Gary, fill us in on the details.
Oh, yeah. We've, once again, the Lord has blessed us with some really, really good people from our outdoors industry of hunting and fishing. And I'm just going to quickly go over the names of the people that are going in this year.
Yes.
And that's, of course, Miss Tess Jolly, Russ Bailey, David Cole, M.R. James, Chuck Jones, George Lynch, Fred Ramsey, Bob Timberlake, and someone that's near and dear to your heart,
Yes.
Larry Ron Wong, posthumously.
Yes.
And those folks will be inducted on August the 16th at the John A. and Jenny Morris Conservation Center in Springfield, Missouri. And I tell you, if you don't already have a ticket to this thing,
You better hurry.
I'd be calling because,
Yes.
I mean, Cuz is going to be there. I've got wind that Harold Knight, Brenda Valentine, Joella Bates, Bill Cooksey,
Yeah.
and Larry Ray, and the name just goes on and on and on. Mike Pentecost, all those guys and gals will be there in attendance, and it's just like a big family reunion, don't you think, Cuz?
Absolutely, it always is. And Gary and I are kind of brothers from another mother. It's hard.
Yeah.
I know it real well. And the first time I went to one of these things, I was astounded. I figured it would be just another accolade ceremony, and it wasn't. There was tears in the room, and it's because it comes from your peers and your families there, and it's a very special thing. God bless Gary and Cindy for doing that, and it's humbling to be a part. And he needs to set his bar higher. He calls me their one of their spokespeople, and I'm not worthy of that, but I do my best not to miss one because it keeps me humble and it makes me happy.
Well, I think that's part of it. And again, we're talking to Cuz Strickland and Garry Mason, Legends of the Outdoors Hall of Fame, coming up, the 23rd annual banquet and induction ceremony coming up on August the 16th at Springfield, Missouri, as Gary said, at the John A. and Jenny Morris Conservation Center. And the location means so much. But, when you get up there, we all kind of blend together, and there's not just an induction ceremony, is there, Cuz?
No, it's not. It's old friends, and I've gotten to meet some people that I've read about,
Yes.
seen and heard about, and there's nothing more pleasing when you meet somebody that you consider maybe one of your idols, and they're just as nice and down home as you thought, and that's pretty common in this hunting and fishing world. Thank God.
Yeah, and when I looked at these, and we're gonna talk to a couple of them on the next segment. Tess Jolly, award-winning wildlife photographer and outdoor writer with the Wild Turkey, of course, and then of course Chuck Jones, a nationally known outdoors TV producer and promoter. I can't wait to see them, and of course I know Russ Bailey, and I know a lot of these great Bob Timberlake. Golly. But, y'all, this is going to be a heart-tugger for those of us from Ron Wong. That empty chair, and, Gary, I really appreciate you going to put me up there with you, buddy. We both may break down together. I don't know.
Oh, I guarantee you, that I don't think I've had a year yet that I didn't break down in tears when I watch. I've seen Johnny Morris and Harold Knight, David Hale.
Yes.
I watched Roland Martin break down in tears. And like Cuz said, this is a very humbling experience to all of us. It's the day that we all come together as an industry of the outdoors, of hunting and fishing, and it doesn't matter what brand you represent or whose logo's on your shirt. Yeah, we're all brothers and sisters, and we get. I tell you, one of the coolest things, and Cuz worked for this guy. I called Bill Sugg last year and told him that Bill Jordan was going to go in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And his immediate words were, "I can't think of a more deserving guy." That's right. Yeah. And this is coming from a guy that's been across the aisle in competition for many, many years with Realtree and running Mossy Oak. And, that's just the way our industry is. I mean, it doesn't matter whose brand you wear. When we come together, we're hugging necks and shaking hands and telling stories about one another. Right? Yeah.
Gary, I meant to tell you this before, but last year, right after the event, Jim Ronquist called me, and he said, "Cooksey, that was so much more than I expected."
Yeah.
everything about it. And we've all been to a lot of events, you know,
Yeah.
so you tend to have in your mind what something's going to be like. And he just said, oh, it was amazing, just amazing.
Well, I think
people there from other parts of the industry that you don't know, but you've seen them on television and all. It's a pretty cool thing.
It was good to see Bill Jordan up there because I know him when he was at Ole Miss as a wide receiver and all those different kind of things, and what has transpired. Then I can go all the way back to Cuz and all the group down there too. But and to see these things, and we're going to come back and talk to Tess Jolly and Chuck Jones on the next segment, but I got to ask you one thing here. Now, I've always wanted this. How in the world did you come up with the format starting at 10:30 in the morning? I mean, this is probably the only banquet that I've ever been to that you better get up early because you're going to be there for a while, and you're not going to even realize how long you've been there till it's over.
Well, what we did is we took a look around and thought, you know, all of us outdoors people are up at daylight most mornings anyway. We got to see that sun come up. It's just every day, and 10:30 by 10:30, most of us has already got a half a day's work done.
That's right. Yeah.
And the other thing is none of us are going to be awake past 8 o'clock at night, so there's no way we can have this thing at night.
Well, Cuz, from your perspective, Cuz, you Gary has put you in a position to help promote this event. To me, nothing against you, Cuz, you know that, but it don't need a lot of promotion, okay? I mean, it's there. And to see this, so tell us, Cuz, what this event means to you.
You know, it absolutely does not mean. It means the world to me, and he doesn't need a lot of promotion. I enjoy doing it because I'll read biographies of people that are coming in that I may not have known that name. When I get through reading, I'm like, holy cow. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And Gary has blinders on, him and his bride, to find the right people.
Yeah.
And you can't get on the news and find many things that are happy.
That's right.
If you read anything around this, it's good news, and people are very, very, very looking for good news, and this is one place you can find it. That's hard to get around.
Yeah, what about the facility, Gary?
Oh, man, I tell you what, several years ago, Johnny invited me to come out to Springfield and see the facilities and everything that he had, and
we got a couple of minutes. Yeah,
we had outgrown the General Jackson Showboat, and we went out there and we were blown away.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's just a wonderful facility, and there's so much around it, that you can go to, and it's a great place to go to and everything like that. But, all right, we're going to take a break right now. Cuz, we appreciate you, buddy. I can't wait to be up there and see you in August, and thanks for everything that you do. Y'all guys hang on. We're going to switch gears and bring up Chuck Jones and Tess Jolly. We don't need anybody else but Tess, that's for sure. So let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, B&M Poles, and Ducks Unlimited.
Hey everyone, it's Shelby here, producer for Outdoors with Larry Ray. Larry is feeling a little bit under the weather, so here is some of the best of 2025 of Outdoors with Larry Ray.
There he goes. I don't know why we can't get him here every week here. He doesn't have anything to do. Don King, thank you, buddy. Bringing us in for another segment, and this is another segment with my good friend Glenn Wheeler and the band from Newton County, from Harrison, I guess. That's where they've been broadcasting from for us on this Saturday morning. Thank you, Glenn Wheeler, for you getting your group together. The Magnificent Five got in there.
7 South.
7 South, and you folks, the group is... Glenn's going to be at the Legends of the Outdoors on August the 16th, but where's the group going to be, Glenn?
The group is going to be at the Black Oak Amphitheater in Lamping, Missouri.
Yeah.
Amp.com. They're opening up for Sammy Kershaw, Colin Ray, and Aaron Tippin that night.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's going to be a great show. They can get more information at blackoakamp.com, or at our social media sites. But yeah, I'm excited about Legends, but I sure hate to miss that show. But I'm going to see you at Legends.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you being on this week's radio show, and thank you for doing it and everything.
We're excited. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you for doing this. And now we're gonna play a tune now. It's called "Morning," right?
It's called Wandering.
Tell me a little about this song.
Well, Mike Blocker, the bass player and vocalist in the band, wrote this song, and we released it. We went to Muscle Shoals and recorded it last year.
Yeah.
March of last year, and released it last year, and it's done great. And Mike Blocker wrote it. Mike Blocker's doing the vocals on the recording as well.
Hey, if you've never been to Muscle Shoals and Sheffield and all that gang, the TW, I know the Siopa went down there and kind of a reunion last year. What a great time we had in that area. Seeing all those studios. But all right, we're going to play this song called "Morning." Let's give it to us, Shelby McCall. Wondering. I'm wondering too. All right, go, Shelby. There you go.
One too many times I've been left wondering.
Yeah.
Wondering where the hell did I go so wrong? I look up to the sky for the answer, or listen to the words of a song. My mind is just as empty as that bottle lying on the shelf, seems so far away. Wondering if time will truly change me, or if this loneliness is here to stay.
That's great, yeah.
I'm sick and tired of this feeling. I'm moving forward from the past. I'll head out to the storm of thundering. I won't leave my mind time for wondering.
Yeah, wondering. I got it now.
One too many times I've come back to,
yeah,
oh, that same old place that I've tried to hide. 4 left turns have made me a circle. I can't seem to make the right one if I tried.
Been there.
I'm sick and tired of this feeling. I'm moving forward from the past. I'll head out to the storm of thundering. I won't leave my mind time for wondering.
Wondering. All right, good sound. How about
great.
that, Don?
Sounds great.
Yes. I think you got the sound there, fellas.
They got it. They got it.
I think you've got it now. So I wouldn't mess with it. So
the other one's got a totally different sound to it, but I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay. All right. We're going to try to squeeze that in, but we wanted to talk to you guys. Talk about clicking as a band. So I know you've got a real job, Glenn. Is this your second or third term? How many terms now?
I'm in my second term now.
In your second term as the sheriff, and you're in an area that's a tourist area. I mean, you're in a beautiful place. Is that the smallest county in Arkansas?
Population-wise, it's close to it. It's not the smallest, but it's close. area-wise, no, we're pretty big. We're 822 square miles with about 7,300 people that live here.
Yeah.
But on a busy, pretty weekend, it's quadruple that easily.
When the elk are bugling, are you busy?
Yes, we are. It starts mid-March when we're the headwaters of the Buffalo National River, the nation's first national river.
Yeah.
So it gets big enough for people to come in and start floating. Our busy season starts then and runs through about October or November.
And you've also got Blanchard Springs.
Nope, that's not in my county.
But it's right next to you, isn't it? I mean,
it's about an hour away.
So you'll get some of the river through you.
Oh yeah, the Buffalo River basically cuts my county in two.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it's 822 square miles. It's also 67% public land that anybody can hunt, fish, and recreate on. So
wow.
So we get a lot of that stuff. We had 2 search and rescue missions yesterday. It's pretty common for us.
2 search and rescue missions yesterday.
Yep.
Wow. And that's part of the job. A lot of people don't think you're not just giving tickets. You're rescuing people. Because I know. I saw something about you're on some kind of sniper group. What is it? I saw something on there. It said Glenn Wheeler, sniper chaplain or something. I don't know what it said, but
well, yeah, I'm a certified law enforcement sniper too. Yes.
There it is. Okay. Well, I know that, but he's also an outdoorsman. Can we hear that before we close out? Can we hear that little snippet of that next song on there? What's that other one that we were talking about?
It's called "Measure a Broken Heart," and it's one that Anthony and I wrote.
Yeah. Let's hear that. Don liked to hear that. Everybody liked to hear. All right, let's hear that.
Yeah.
How about it, Shelby? Is that too hard to call up? She's doing it right now, Glenn. Hang on just a minute. We may have to cut it off so we can get you guys in at the end, but go with it, Shelby. There you go. Wake up.
When I look into the mirror, I'm surprised to see a face I barely recognize looking back at me.
Yeah, that's me.
My eyes look so lonely, they no longer shine. They've lost all their light and I've got worried lines. When I look at my reflection, it's easy to see that since you've been gone, I'm not the man I used to be.
That's right.
It's been a year and it all feels so wrong. Without you by my side, it's so hard to move on. How can I measure a broken heart?
Yes.
How can I breathe when I'm falling apart? When every line on the silver screen make tears fall like pouring down rain. The slightest mention of your name takes the air from my lungs and the blood from my veins when the whole world is falling apart.
All right, we're gonna break in right here on that song. Mainly because I know it was written by Glenn Wheeler. Okay, I mean I can hear Glenn in that song.
Well, Anthony played a big part in that, Larry.
Well, that had to be from the heart, though, for you and Anthony to do that. Did it come easy? Was that a hard song? And I got to tell people, Glenn, love you, brother.
Love you too, man.
You have changed a lot of lives through your late wife.
Yes, sir.
Because she touched so many people in a young life that she did. And this song, folks, it hit me just going through that little part of it there. If you're going to get a song, folks, I'm going to recommend that one, okay? I mean, we might play it several more times on Outdoors.
That's a pick hit right there.
That's a pick hit right there, Glenn. You and you guys.
It'll be dropping very soon. It's not on the streaming platforms yet, but it will be in the very near future.
Well, get it on there, buddy. And I just wanted to jump in there on it because it was special. Guys, thank y'all for being with me on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys. We'll do it again. Hang tough and come by to Memphis sometime. And we'll do it again. Okay, guys? All right.
We'll do that.
All right. Thank you. Thank y'all. All right. What's the name of that group again, Don King?
7 South.
That's it, 7 South. And I think that's the highway up there, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if there was 7 members in the band. They were almost up to 7 there.
No, I think it's the highway, but we'll find out from him. All right. Andy Tweed.
Yes, sir.
We want to let you know how much we appreciate you, buddy. I know you got to go on this Saturday morning and pick up your son, Hutch. And Andy's going to be joining us whenever he can to join us. And I won't get a picture of Andy and Little Gene over there. We used to call him Little Gene and everything. But how much does Andy Tweed mean to you, Gene Smith?
Sir?
How much does Andy Tweed mean to you over there,
Oh,
man?
it means a lot to me.
$2.98.
$2.95 and a half. You know, I told you guys I was on this crazy diet. It's all almonds. It's nuts.
Oh, it's nuts.
Oh, it's
yeah.
nuts. Wow.
He's got
Larry,
it.
did you hear about the?
What? Oh, here we
Did you
go.
hear about the daddy bison took his son to college? You know what he said when he dropped him off?
What?
Bison.
Bison? Oh, bison. I thought it was going to be something about eat some chips.
Man.
You have definitely been around Gene Smith too long. All right, we got to take a break. Andy's going to leave us right now.
Hey, that's pretty neat that Andy comes after retirement, you know?
Oh,
He doesn't-
yeah.
He just comes because he loves it.
And we're going to get a picture of him with that outfit on.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I don't have one.
Yeah.
You know. He and David Beal now, he wears all the, he's got a hand grenades hanging on him, I think. But anyway, thanks, Andy. All right?
Got it.
All right, we're going to take a break, come right back. We're going to talk about DU coming up. John Gordon, get ready. You're going to introduce the next segment. You don't have Frank here. All right. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, B&M Poles, and Ducks Unlimited.
Hey everyone, it's Shelby here, producer for Outdoors with Larry Ray. Larry is feeling a little bit under the weather, so here is some of the best of 2025 of Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. I don't know how many times you think I've said that over the past 25? 4 times over the past 25 years. I don't know. A whole bunch of time, and I couldn't do it without Shelby McCall, our show producer. I always have my great co-host, and that's Gene Smith and Dave Gabbert, and it's a hard act to follow when you're talking to someone about a baby penguin that weighed 3 ounces, and we're going to talk to a guy that likes to catch slab crappie, So it's a little bit different than a penguin and a crappie, but
His bait weighed more than that, I think.
Well, I'm sure, but I really wanted, folks, I'm dedicated to bringing in more local anglers, guides, or whatever it might be. And, of course, my good friends at B&M, we appreciate them. They're going off as a show sponsor, but they were a sponsor for the first half of this year. Thank you to Jack Wells and all the great folks at B&M. And speaking of B&M, we're going to talk right now to a member of their pro staff, and that's Clay Blair out of Senatobia, Mississippi. And Clay, of course, is a guide. He's also a fireman for the city of Collierville, but he's a local guy. And so I wanted to find out from Clay, who knows all about fires, I can tell you that for a fact, but how does he deal with July and the heat catching crappie? And so I said, Clay Blair, tell us about it. Can you catch crappie in July, Clay?
100%.
There you
Mr.
go.
Larry, thank you so much for having me on the show today. I always look forward to this, and I never want to do a show without mentioning my buddy Ron Wong. He was such a he meant a lot to me, and I talk to him regularly. And his passing has definitely hurt a lot of people and all. And but like I said, I always want to mention him on the show because he meant so much to me. So
to a lot of different people, and I appreciate you throwing that in there, Clay. But I know he would have had you on a long time before I got here, but I'm dedicated to Ron talking in my ear, saying you got to get them local guys in here. But so talk about it. A lot of people say, well, spring, fall, crappie go to bed after that. But tell them about catching crappie in July and August.
Well, Mr. Larry, July and August definitely is hot in North Mississippi. Everybody knows that. Usually the temperatures get up to 100 degrees, and the heat index is extremely high. But if somebody can get up out of the bed early and get down there and fish about 8 or 9 o'clock, they can catch fish just like any other time of the year. I shared a picture a little while ago with you about a beautiful sunrise the good Lord allowed me to
Yes,
see
you
this
did.
morning.
We're gonna post that on LarryRay.com. I got to post it. It's a beautiful picture, Clay. But You got to be early. It's early, right? I mean, you got to be early.
You do, because it gets up around 11 or 12 o'clock. It's just about unbearable unless you have an umbrella or something like that. But, obviously these fish transition. They're in a little bit deeper water this time of year. And if you look for shad and bait, you usually find, schools of crappie. I like to fish way out in front of creek channels, just say like on Sardis Lake out in the mouth of Clear Creek, and that deep water.
Yeah.
About 40 foot out there right now. Sardis Lake is extremely high for this time of year.
It is.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a lot of rain this spring, and but the fish will still bite. They're very aggressive. I'll tell you a little back history. Back when I was a kid, my granddaddy and daddy used to put in at Holiday Lodge, and we would go out in in July and August with minnows and corks, and we would fish on the shady side of the trees, and we would catch crappie in the heat of the summer. We sure would.
In the heat of the summer. And what about bait-wise? I mean, presentation and things. This is a different. You gotta flow with the weather too, though. Clay, talk about what techniques and bait, and what are you using?
Well, Mr. Larry, everything's kind of transitioned into forward-facing sonar.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to do the new technology and actually watching the fish, and some people call it video games and all, but it definitely works. And a lot of times what we do is use artificial bait like slab magnets by crappie magnet. That's a bait that I prefer a lot, obviously on B&M poles. And we'll cast. A lot of times we have those forward-facing sonars set out to about 50 foot. We'll cast out. It's kind of like a lot of action. You watch the bait fall down to the fish, and then you slowly start retrieving, and the fish will chase and bite. So it's a fun way to catch them. But not only that, pulling crankbaits is fun in the summer too. Put you four to six, crankbait poles out and actually go, and that's very, very fun. So many techniques. We still spider rig some, slow troll with minnows this time of year.
Minnows.
All those all the techniques through the years, that we've learned work if you're just willing to get up and go out there early and put it to use.
Well, tell our listener a little about your background, Clay, because he does have a guide service, and we're going to publicize his guide service, folks. He'll give you that information, but tell us a little bit about your background, Clay.
So my background, basically, I've been guiding probably for 10 to 12 years now, but I fished Sardis my whole life. I'm 52 years old, and my grandfather and my daddy, they carried me crappie fishing as a young boy, but we didn't do it for the sport. Now it's turned into a sport. Back then we did it because we ate them.
That's right.
Still eat them, but we went out there to catch them to eat. And but like I said, so I fished my whole life as far as on Sardis and Enid crappie fishing, and started guiding and have been truly blessed to get on some great pro staffs. You mentioned B&M. B&M, Jack Wells has been extremely great to me. He's helped me in a bunch of ways, and it's just a great company to represent. Crappie Magnet also is a great company to represent. They're Christian-based, and that's, Mr. Larry, that's what I look for.
I want you to tell them that. Tell them that now, Clay. Come on now, because the people want to know who you are, and that's at your heart. I know that for a fact. So, folks, if you're looking for that guy to not only treat you right, he will learn you right.
That's right.
When you're out there, because he stuck with you, folks, for 3 hours or whatever it might be, and it's not an easy job being a guide. Now, a lot of people think, well, all they do is fish. No, they have to deal with people, Clay. I know that. And you have to learn that, and the only way you can learn that is through how you've been brought up, I believe, how you treat people.
That's true.
And so
takes a lot of patience, Mr. Larry.
That's right. Yeah. Give them patience and give it to me right now. So tell them how they get in touch with you and set up a trip with you.
That's right, Mr. Larry. So they can actually look me up on Facebook, and I have two actual accounts. One, Clay Blair, and the other one's Clay Blair Fishing.
Yeah.
And what I do is I try to post regularly on some of the and stuff like that.
or they can just contact me through phone. My number's 662-501-0302.
That's it.
And they can get in touch with me like that. And, Mr. Larry, I'm going to be open and honest with people. If I try to stay on the water, I've been blessed to be a fireman for 30-plus years, and I'm on the water a lot. It gives me a lot of opportunity to fish because I work 24-hour shifts. But if I'm not on fish and somebody calls and wants to go on a guide trip, I'm going to tell them, let's wait. Let's put it off.
Yes.
And if they book a trip with me and the wind's going to be bad, I do the exact same thing. I want people to come and go fishing with me and enjoy the day and us to be, have productive as far as catching fish and have a good time.
What kind of boat you got?
I have a War Eagle. It's a 2170 Black Hawk, and I'm sponsored by War Eagle, so there's another blessing.
That's another blessing, buddy.
I do a lot of seminars, Mr. Larry, and I always say that I'm no better than anybody else. The good Lord has just put me in a position to meet all these people, and it's just been it's a blessing to represent these awesome companies.
And you guys work together. I mean, folks, you might think, well, they're competitors in a way, but they work together. When you see one of them's on a pro staff and another one's on the pro staff, they work together, and that means teamwork. And particularly in July and August when it's hot, he's going to take care of you. Now, folks, it's hot. I don't like, and I don't know, me and Gene, we grew up, they didn't tell us what the heat index was.
No, I never heard of it.
We knew it was hot in July. Come on, give me a break. I don't want to know.
This is the South.
Yeah, this is the South, and when it's in December, I know what it's like too then. So I know that, Clay, you guys work together and talk to each other, and you're on the water so much that you check the water conditions, and he just gave you a tip right off the top that Sardis is up. I mean, he didn't have to tell us that, that's what it is, isn't it? I mean, working around knowledge, picking up what you can on the water. I don't know what we did without cell phones back in those days.
I'll be honest with you, I don't really like them, Mr. Larry.
Tell us about it. Tell us why. Why?
Well, cell phones, they can be a great tool, but also they can be they can not be your friend because So this is the deal. There's a lot of guides on the lake nowadays, and a lot of people fishing, and I try to do my own homework.
There you
I
go.
try to get on the water, and I try to work real hard, and I try to find fish.
Yeah.
And, Mr. Larry, usually I'll get about 3 days in one spot before somebody sees me, and then the crowd comes.
There
and
you
I'm
go.
not a crowd fisherman.
They know Clay Blair's out there, buddy. That's the problem. They look and see that warrior, that black warrior, and they say, that must be Clay Blair. We don't have to call anybody. Let's follow him around. But anyway, Clay, thank you, buddy. Always good. We'll get you back on. We got your number now. Check with anytime you got something you need from me. You got my number too, and send me some pictures, buddy. We'll put them online. Do that for you and everything. Okay, man?
I will, Mr. Larry, and thank you so much for the opportunity, sir.
Yeah, when it gets a little cooler, look for the old man and his wife. We'll be down there to see you. Okay, man? All right?
You give me a call. We'll go.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Have a great weekend to you.
Yes, sir. Y'all take care.
Okay. Clay Blair, and I highly recommend Clay for you there.
Yeah, he's right about you start fishing in the same place pretty regular, and everybody recognizes it.
You think so?
Yeah, because we went to Reelfoot one time to fish, and I asked the person there, I said, where do you get the fish? He said, follow the boats.
Follow the boats.
Yeah.
Is that right, Dave Gabbard?
That's right. A lot of these, I've deep sea fished out in the Gulf out there, and certain captains, they're real protective because they have these reefs built and stuff.
Right.
And,
yeah, they got their own ones out there. And everything.
Depending on the caliber of the trip you're getting, I had a captain one time tell us, I don't care if you got a word where I could fish on, over this place. If there's a boat pops over that horizon, we cut the line and we're gone.
We're moving on. All right, we got to move on. All right, let's take a break. Come back and talk a little bit more fishing with maybe the hottest fisherman there is. He's won a bunch. Great Christian man, Ott Defoe on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll be right back, and then we're going to close it out with a special fishing report from Alaska with Dave Gabbard. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, B&M Poles, and Ducks Unlimited.
Hey everyone, it's Shelby here, producer for Outdoors with Larry Ray. Larry is feeling a little bit under the weather, so here is some of the best of 2025 of Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we wrap up another radio show as we roll toward 25 years on the air. A lot of this in the past several years as a member of the Odyssey family of radio stations right here. This has been a fun show. I appreciate David Beal sitting in the studio with us on emergency call, and always appreciate having Bill Cooksey on the line with us and explaining. I'm not sure Don King can explain this. What happened on June the 18th when we were all ready for new license fees and we didn't get them. So we have tried to explain that, and we're not going to make Don explain anything because he is the voice of the TWRA. Not only that, but he's my music man when it comes. He's not Harold Hill. Not the original Music Man, but he is part of the music family that I've kept up with so these many years, and I think it's more than 20. I know that, but he is Don King, the TWRA Multimedia Development Division, I think. You can't get that on a T-shirt, so I'm not sure what his title might be, but you know him when he starts talking. Huh? What, Don?
Good Saturday morning to you, Larry.
You recognize that voice not only from the TWRA, but our theme song that he came up to in the shower one night when he couldn't think of anything else, but was one of those people that they always said, Larry, you got too long a theme song. You tell that to Don King. I ain't telling him about that. I'm playing it all, But anyway, Don, appreciate you. And this is kind of a tease show as we wrap up this show on this final Saturday in June.
Hey, Don, 3 weeks from now,
yes,
we'll be face-to-face, right?
Don will be in studio, and I've already told Shelby McCall to bring her trumpet.
Okay,
and
good,
we'll make
good.
music. Hey, maybe we might even get Hoot Hazelgrove with his saxophone in here, and we'll make some music.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that might be too much. I don't know, but thank you, Don. And I was looking at some of these stuff. How many years now is it, TWRA?
Well, gosh, I've been full-time for about 24 years this year, but I wish I could count all the ones back to 1975. It's been 50 years, believe it or not, Larry, since I started doing the radio PSAs.
Wow, wow.
Stuff like, hey, this is Don King for your Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Don't forget to put the plug in your boat before you launch it this spring.
Did you recognize that, Bill Cooksey? I mean,
the way you say your,
yes,
it stands out anywhere. I could be in California and hear it and say, that's Don King.
Well, that's because he's talking Nebraska to us. He's
Yep.
Yeah,
I got some of that Nebraska hanging in there, and I've always felt like your Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency was the way to put it, because we're here for as an agency here for the hunters and fishermen and the folks that love the outdoors in Tennessee, and it's theirs. It's possession.
Well, you and Jason Harmon, what a team on the Wildcast. That's been a winning combination. You guys clicked on it. I guess that's my goal before I kick the bucket. Maybe I'll get on that sometime, and I won't wear any makeup if I come, okay? But I might wear my blonde wig. I don't know. I might do that if I could for Jimmy Houston. But you guys have made a hit out of that show. Communications has changed so much, Don.
Oh, it sure has.
Let's don't go back 50 years. Let's go back 24 and just look at that and where we've gone and what it means. I mean, PR, I understand. Social media 24 years ago, they say, what? Social media? What's he giving parties or something?
Right.
So talk about how important that is to the agency, though.
It really is. Over the years, like as you mentioned, Larry, 24 years ago when I first started, we had one wireless microphone at a commission meeting.
One.
And that began by the chairman calling the meeting to order.
Yes.
With that wireless microphone. And then if somebody had something to say or contribute, the microphone was passed left or right down the line of commissioners to the person who wanted to speak. And that way they spoke on it, and then they passed it back to the chairperson. And so anyway,
it wasn't live either. I mean,
no, it wasn't live, and we started streaming the meetings so
Yes.
you can watch them exactly live as it happens now. And that's been going on for I guess maybe 6 or 7 years, something like that. But anyway, we continue that, and
well, now we know if any of the commissioners are sleeping. I mean, we have the cameras. I can tell you one that did sleep back in the days, and I'm not going to mention him because he's one of my all-time favorite guys. And I've sat in those commission meetings, and the way you guys organize, it's not the easiest thing to put on. I mean,
Yep, you're right.
Talk about just getting ready to this era we have. Now, you do the Wildcast. When do you do that? When is that?
We do that kind of sporadically. We line up a guest or two to come in our studio here at the agency, kind of our man cave, the one that you normally see. But then, and we try to accommodate the guest.
Yes.
If they're in-house, a lot, it's during business hours most of the time.
A
biologist or a chief of a division or something like that. But we have a lot of folks from the outside, so to speak, that have really interesting stuff to talk about regarding the outdoors that we kind of cater to and invite them in. And, it's kind of a big family deal. And then
I like that.
We're able to carry this thing on the road too. So we've got a little generator we take along with us, and
good.
It runs the whole shooting match. So we set up our 4 cameras and can virtually go anywhere, a creek bank or whatever, and shoot a wildcast. So it's been a blessing for us, and people have really embraced it, and we're just so thankful for that.
Well, I think when you look at it, and we know how communications is so important now, through letting the public know, just like me and Cooksey were keeping up with certain things, then all of a sudden somebody snuck up and did something on us we weren't ready for. But it may happen like that occasionally, but you guys try to stay on top of it. And the cool thing about this, Don, you got 2 lives here. I mean, I know your life with the TWRA, but your life with music. And I can't have Don King on without mentioning music, because that's part of his life, part of his background, even to this day. So, when I start looking at things and I look back and I see Epic Records and albums and toured in the United States, Europe, and Australia, then I see Con Brio Records, and you toured with the country as a solo artist, and you've toured with Loretta Lynn, Conway Twitty, and you also has written songs that somebody Reba somebody, I can't remember.
I like those one-word artists when they cut your songs, like Reba.
So talk about that standout. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite?
Well, gosh, dating back to when I first started, I was able to and blessed to go out and open shows for Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn, sometimes separately, and sometimes they played a lot of concerts together. So, I would, come out as a solo and kind of warm up the crowd and do whatever it was, whatever record I had out at the time, and they always had great audiences. And similarly, when I put a band together, I was able to go out with a lot of the artists as well. Like the Oak Ridge Boys were really hot at the time, Alabama. And the Oaks, their audiences were always on 10. They were always so exciting, and it was fun to play for those folks. And gosh, we did a West Coast tour with I can see her.
It's been too long ago, Don. How old were you?
Loretta Lynn's sister.
Crystal Gale.
Crystal, thank you, Larry.
That's what I'm here
man.
for. Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Major block there.
That's okay. Yeah.
I was seeing her pretty face and hair, and I thought, oh gosh,
That's it.
But anyway, we did a
That's
West
what I'm
Coast
here
tour
for.
with her, and
how old were you?
I was back then. I guess I was about 26, 27 years old. So I've kind of lived my life in 25-year blocks.
Yeah.
I'm noticing.
Yes,
Because
yes.
the first 25 years after moving to Nashville from Nebraska to do music, I was able to do music full time, and as you mentioned, tour and have a bus and a band, and
All that
go
good
to
stuff.
Australia and Europe, and meet a lot of great folks. And I mean, music has opened so many doors in my life, and including the one that I'm inside right now at the agency. If it weren't for music, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing here.
And you're still doing music too.
Yeah, still playing on the weekends. And
Tell them what your group is.
Yeah, it's the Road Crew.
The Road Crew.
You can look us up at Road Crew 66.
That's
like
it.
For Route66.com. Roadcrew66.com.
It's almost like you're a regular Leaper's Fork. I mean, what is that?
Yeah, that's right. We play the old Puckett's, now called Fox and Lock. We play there pretty regularly. As a matter of fact, we're
What's the next gig? What's the next gig?
The 5th of July.
Next Saturday. All right.
Yes.
Next Saturday at Puckett's.
At Leaper's Fork in
Leaper's Fork. Okay.
Fox and Lock. Yeah.
Well, just check him out, and we're going to talk to Don when he comes back in July. We'll do a lot of picking and grinning, and might get him to do what we always do, the Roadkill Bill. Everybody loves that.
Yeah.
We have to do that. We'll work on the words. I'm trying to get Crystal Gale, but she said he doesn't remember me, so she's not going to be here in July. But
I'll never live that one
down.
No,
I got you now. Got you that. I had it all written down here and everything. But, Don, appreciate your friendship. Buddy, appreciate everything you guys do for us. Go to tnwildlife.org. You can't find Don, but you'll find a lot of stuff about the TWRA and the great folks and the commissioners and everything else. Don, have a great weekend. See you in July. Okay, buddy?
I'll see you in 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Thank
Okay.
you. All right.
Bye.
Don King, not one of the real hair, but
right,
the other one.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, he has a lot of trouble with that. Let me tell you, next week, first Saturday, that means Gene Smith, the pun master, will be with us, along with Dave Gabbert, just back from Alaska, and I'm sure he's going to have a lot of stuff to talk to us about. Bill Cooksey, any closing words?
Man, I just appreciate David reminding me about night fishing. I just don't even think, and it's one of the greatest times to fish this time of year. So I'm inspired. I may go put my boat in here in about 2 hours.
Take you some bug spray and go. David, thank you, buddy, for being with us, and take it easy out there on the water.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the second Saturday. Normally David will be with us on the second Saturday. He'll be back, and sometimes we're gonna ship him in here too.
That's right.
When he's got time and everything. Shelby McCall, thank you. This is Larry Ray reminding you to do each and every week. It doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. What else, guys? God bless the USA.